Hello everybody, how you doing? Sorry, just watch Millie in the background there. And she's gone. Oh, nope, she's come to attack me. Lovely. Hello everybody, how are you doing? First of all, you have to excuse the change of surroundings. I'm just in the middle of doing some housework and thought I would just sit down and make a quick video while I thought about it. What I wanted to actually talk about this time is kind of another can you help me type thing. And it kind of follows on a little bit from what I was talking about in the 2024 plans. I was trying to figure out how exactly I might be able to figure out what exactly is actually legal or not in the UK. Because as previously mentioned, obviously a lot of things here in England are now officially illegal. So it makes it a little bit more awkward trying to figure out how to get stuff done, where I need to go, who I need to talk to, that sort of thing. And I was wondering if anybody knows, either if anybody can really tell me outright exactly what is allowed, or if anybody could perhaps point me in the direction of resources or somewhere I can read and learn about exactly what is the current situation regarding body modification and the law. Because, yeah, like I said, I would quite like to get my outer conscience punched. That is something I would quite like to try and do this year. But whether or not I can even do that in England anymore, I don't know. And that kind of got me a little bit onto thinking about other stuff that I hope to do, not necessarily this year, but other mods and things that I would like to get further down the line. And whether or not I can even actually do it in England. So yeah, things like, as mentioned in the previous video, the 2024 video, about finishing off my belly button, finally making that completely flat. Now that, I am certain, would 100% be illegal in England. Because that's effectively a very minor form of amputation or nullification, whatever you want to call it. And that got me thinking there's obviously other stuff that I would like to do. There's lots and lots of heavier mods I will hopefully do someday in the future. Like I would love various implants. I would love implants in my arms and stuff in my forehead. And obviously, as I've mentioned before, I would love to remove parts of my fingers and parts of my toes as well. That would be a very unique experience, I've no doubt. And that's something that I'd be really curious to do at some point someday. Now obviously that's going to be illegal in England now. But then it got me wondering exactly what else is legal or illegal. Like, ever since mentioning it recently, I cannot get the thought of having my eyeballs tattooed out of my head again. This seems to go around in my head, kind of seems to cycle around. Like, ultimately I know I shouldn't do it due to the risks, but the more I think about it, the more I want it. And this just keeps going around and around in my head. I'll convince myself I'm not going to do it, and then I start thinking, oh well, maybe in 5 years, maybe in 10 years, maybe it is something I'll do. But again, I'm 99% certain that would be illegal in England. But even less extreme things like that, something I've always been passionate about getting is more scars, scarification. Because I've always been more into scars versus tattoos, and that was part of the whole reason I was going with the whole full blackout thing initially. Because I like the idea of starting off basically like with the black canvas, and then doing scars and perhaps even augmenting the scars with lighter tattoos, like maybe white ink or very pale yellow or very pale blue ink. But that was a big part of the reason for wanting lots and lots of black to begin with. I would even go as far in the future as having, like, say, a third of my face tattooed solid black, and then having scars put through that in sort of little, just simple geometric patterns and things like that. But again, these days, is scarification even legal in England? Like, I don't know how far, and I still don't know exactly what the rules are, exactly where the line ends and starts with what is or isn't illegal. And are there still certain things that are kind of on the fence or what? And I just haven't got a clue where to go to try and figure that out, to be completely honest. It would be really helpful if there was anybody who could either provide me with some sort of clarification or possibly point me in the direction of where I can find some sort of resources that I can learn about this and read about it for myself. That would be really helpful if that's possible. And yeah, and one step further than that, if people are aware of countries I can go to get certain heavier modifications, then that would be fantastic to hear. I know of a few places anyway. I know there's a few countries in Europe where pretty much anything goes, and I know there's some very well-known artists in a few different spots throughout the EU and Europe that I could get to very easily. But yeah, it's all something I'm personally quite curious about. And yeah, I feel like I need to start properly looking into this and actually learning about it and figuring out what I can do. Millie's now attacking some fruit. And figuring out what I can do here in my home country without having to go on a massive adventure to get something done. And on the flip side, what little adventures I might need to go on in order to get other work done. So yeah, anybody that can provide any information around this whole subject, that would be really helpful, and I'd really appreciate that. And it might even then be something I can further share in another video to help other people that are thinking the same thing, that are perhaps looking for similar things themselves. And so who knows, maybe we'll actually be able to help out a few people like this. And actually spreading some knowledge and teaching some people a little bit. So yeah. Anyway, that was all I wanted to say just for this quick video. I've got some more housework and I want to get on with some exercise, so next video I will be back in somewhere a little more comfortable, not surrounded by junk, probably. Probably. I can't make that a promise, but yeah. So yeah, I look forward to hopefully reading a couple of comments that can point me in a helpful direction. So yeah, thank you in advance for anybody that can help me with that, and I'll see you all again soon. Ta-ra for now.